Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. A law has been passed that took effect on the 1st of September in Belgium, which entitles anybody to enter their neighbour's property in order to retrieve something that belongs to them. You'd think there were more important things to legislate about, but this apparently has been a problem. It's been made clear you can't just kind of kick a ball over the fence just because you're curious to go next door and see what it looks like. And when you are next door, you can't just pick up anything you like and remove it. But you have a right to enter someone else's property in certain circumstances. It reminded me of that poem by Robert Frost called Mending Walls, where it's a narrative poem really, and the narrator and his neighbour are building a wall between their two properties, and the narrator doesn't seem to think this is necessary. Why do they need to do it? But the neighbour says, "Good fences make good neighbours," and that led me to wonder about this, because I think there are times when, in fact, we don't. Fences are not a good idea. Particularly, I think nationally, it doesn't make us good neighbours or a welcoming country when we do this by closing our borders. But also sometimes more personally, we can close ourselves down, we can put up barriers against other people, which push them away and keep them apart from us in a way that's not going to make it easy for us to love them or them to love us. But on the other hand, I do think sometimes fences, boundaries are important. We can sometimes feel that people are invading our space, taking up too much of our time, wanting to know too much about us, and we need to put up some boundaries against that and insist on them if we're going to feel safe and if the relationship is going to continue in any sensible way. And also, I'm sure it's true physically too, whether it's to do with your space at the office or in the home, or your garden, that actually knowing what's yours is helpful. It gives you a sense of security. Those kinds of fences are important. But I think the most important thing in life is to try and make sure that we build fences and have boundaries where they are helpful, and don't build them where they're not. We want to be able to love our neighbours, and sometimes building a fence to mark the boundary between us and them makes our loving more effective, and sometimes it undermines it. We need to know the difference.